Hello there, and welcome back to another One Piece chapter review. Today we have One Piece chapter 1117, titled Mo. And it looks like it's sort of cut off, like someone was saying something and it got cut off. So that's a very interesting chapter title. I think it's the first time we've had a title that was a single, syllable. So that's interesting. We're coming back off that 2 week break, and we have our cover story continuing. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 7, Time to Visit the Honorable World of the Yakuza. And we have Yamato hugging Nekomamushi, and Hyogoro is in the background, smiling and watching. So it looks like Nekomamushi is staying with the Yakuza, so he's with Hyogoro. So that's interesting. I wonder where. Have we seen Inuarashi in the previous chapters? I don't think we have, so where could Inuarashi be? That might be the next person that Yamato ends up meeting. Notes from Oda. Sekai no Owari has an amazing concert as always. The production and atmosphere was very warm and fun. Now we are starting our chapter on Pirate Island, Hachinosu. Ambition always fuels the hearts of true warriors. Does that mean there could be a bunch of treasure down there on the ocean floor? You pea-brain, it's not like the world is full of cities of gold. It's all 200 meters deep. You'd be sea beast chow if you went looking. But there ain't any ships that can dive. How the devil would we afford one of those? You'd have better luck trying to court some mermaids. I'd do anything to meet one. We've got a shot of underwater, some mermaids swimming around. The Grand Line. That was even before Nolan's time. What an incredible story. Okay. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? Anyone else up for another diving expedition? Woohoo! And so, in this shot we have Mont Blanc, Nolan, and I forget their names, the Saru brothers. So this is the first time we're seeing them post time skip. Nolan has a full beard now. It's not a long beard, it's a short beard. The Osaru brothers look relatively the same. The long-haired one is wearing a straw hat. So it looks like they are they going, well, I guess they're going to go diving just to discover more about the flooded world. GS, Navy General Hospital. Kobe Senpai, this must be about the One Piece. It really makes you think. I'm gonna pass out. I'll write everything down later. It's hard to keep up with all these thoughts racing around my head. I just saw the captain. His recovery is going well, but he wants his space. So we've got Kobe at the hospital and the other Marines there, Helmeppo, Roos, and the others that helped them on Hachinosu. And of course, Kobe is bandaged and Helmeppo are all bandaged up. Hey, things are really coming to a head, aren't they, Prince? Yeah, sounds like we're gonna get some hard to hear news soon. It's our turn to step up. And we have Drake in a hospital So he's recovering too. I guess on the same base, but in a different room. The new world. Tashigi. Where are you now, Smoker-san? I'm at the General Hospital. We've got Smoker driving away on his motorcycle. And now we're going back to the broadcast, it looks like. I realize I've been quite vague on this point. However, I can't add anything further other than pure speculation. And people watching the broadcast, keep going. What did Roger leave behind? Now we're going back to Egghead. And Nami. Look, the barrier is lifting. That was the sound just now. It startled me. The clouds have stopped stretching. Don't worry, this is more than enough. We should be able to reach the sea no problem. Yeah, the only issue is that we'll be landing right on top of a fleet of ships. I've located the cola barrels. You can blast off at a moment's notice. Great, but Jinbei's still not here. We're close! And we've got Jinbei carrying Zoro and getting closer to the ship. We wound up chasing after a strange monster. Huh? This is no time for detours. Get over here now. I'm not taking a detour. The monster's heading right for you. Look sharp. So Zoro and Jinbei are chasing Ethan v. Nostro, and he is apparently going right for the Straw Hat ship. He's charging right at them. There's something special about his presence. And he's leaping into the air, drawing his sword. Ah, an elder! They've got everyone shocked. You've got Lilith, Usopp, and Chopper with their eyes popping out of their head. What? Fisherman Jujutsu. Kata Gurama. Two-sword style. Tsukavati's Bliss. Rashomon. So, in a combination attack, Jinbei throws Zoro using his Fisherman Karate, tosses him, and then Zoro uses Rashomon, and he blocks the sword, and Venustro is really massive. He's like giant sized in this form compared to Zoro. Which is interesting because it's hard to get scale on the elders. Are they like large human size, typical large human for the One Piece world, or are they giant size? Because from this shot, he's giant size, but it could just be that they're giant size when they're in their animal form. When they activate their devil fruit at all, they become giant sized. So even hybrid form, they're massive. And we've got the Clash. A Kitetsu Blade. So we've got of course, the Conqueror's Haki Clash between Zoro and Ethan. They both notice that they have black blades. So this confirms that yes, Venustro does have a black blade, which makes sense. And he is powerful because in this clash with Zoro, they're both struggling. And after the clash, they repel each other. Ethan goes flying back and Zoro goes flying back. Jinbei catches Zoro. Gotcha! Zoro, launch the ship already. We'll jump on. There's no time to waste. Now the northeast coast of Egghead. Straw Hat's still not here. Hurry, we can't hold him back much longer. Sink that ancient ship of theirs. Remember, it's just one vessel, even if it does look like it came right out of a legend. Our signal isn't getting through all this. Luffy. They've got Sanji and Bonnie and Atlas, of course, on the Giant's ship, waiting for Luffy to come. And Marine soldiers trying to attack. We're ready. We're here. Get ready to set sail, says Luffy. There's no mistaking that loud voice of his. All right. Oimo, Kashi, the captains, get the ship ready. Leave it to us, Captain. Flap. Set sail and turn the ship around. Let's get out of here. Don't let them get away. These pirates are from over 100 years ago. Don't be scared of fossils like them. Shake them off, you bastards. This is impossible. We've got the full giant pirate crew in action. They're leaping off the ship and tearing up the marine ships. Yeah. Fall back. Get all the remaining ships in formation. Give it everything you've got. Talk about sloppy. You're all meant to be paragons of justice, remember? We've got, I think Bluegrass is her name, that Navy officer, old lady that rides things with her devil fruit. Don't settle for being another face in the crowd. Step up and be a star. Vice Admiral Bluegrass. Yep, her name's Bluegrass. And she's still riding that cybernetic Vegapunk sea beast that she took control of earlier. And it fired a laser through one of the ships, the giant ships. Whoa, she punched a hole in the hull. And I'm gonna punch you, and I'm gonna punch one in you. Rock and roll blaster. And Commander Dahl, I think, leaps up and with a hockey-coated fist, rock and roll blaster punches one of the giants. Punches one of the giants right in the cheek, and it's a massive impact, so these guys are strong. Wow, Vice Admiral Dahl. Her ferocity always sends shivers down my spine. Kashi! Keep going. So what if they're freaking giants? What the? Wasn't that board just behind us a second ago? Luffy is noticing that Top Man has stopped chasing them for some reason. That's great. Now we just gotta worry about boarding the ship. Wheeze. You said it. It's high time we set sail. Yeah, Huff. Where did he go, though? And now we have a shot. Whoa. Okay. Got a pretty interesting panel here. It's all four of the elders, and they're all approaching the giant. And they all look very menacing. The giant is not paying any attention, it's still walking along. Now we're back to the broadcast. I have one last message I wish to impart. It is for those of you who are scattered all across the world. Wait, is that? This is Mars looking on. Yes, it is the very Iron Giant which rampaged through Mejois 200 years ago. There can be no doubt of that. Those of you who carry the letter D in your name, curse you. And now we get a shot of Dragon listening. We get a shot of Sabo listening, and he says, Ace. And we've got Kobe listening. Luffy-san, Vice Admiral Garp. We got Blackbeard listening in. Beppo listening in. Captain. Okay, those of you who carry the letter D in your name, among you there is Fizz. Among you there is Mo Fizz. So it gets cut off as I expected. That eventually the broadcast would get cut off by something, by the Admiral, or not the Admirals, by the Gorosei's attack. And as it's getting cut off, we got this panel of the Gorosei attacking the giant, knocking it down. This looks like it's just Topman ramming into the giant and knocking the Iron Giant and knocking it over. So I'm wondering what was the transponder snail on the Iron Giant. So knocking the giant down finally destroyed the transponder. So we've got a translator note. In Japanese, he gets cut off as he says Mo. This could be the start of an unknown word, or it could be the particle for also. I'm going to guess it's the start of an unknown word. Mo. So now there's another mystery connected to the D. Among you there is, to those of you who carry the letter D in your name, among you there is Mo. Fizz, yep, the video's cut off. Wah, it cut out. What was he about to say? We got Vivi, Morgans, and Wapol. D? Did the signal get jammed? So the Gorosei don't know how the signal stopped. They're communicating to each other, wondering how it got jammed. Huff, huff. It's over. Words that echoed in vain. We get a shot of York. So York is the one who stopped the broadcast. So York managed to figure out correctly guess where the transponder snail was and cut off the broadcast. Ooh, man. So that's quite a chapter here. And as I expected, when the broadcast very first started, that it would be cut off on a mystery. I was thinking it would be a mystery related to perhaps something relating to the One Piece. But it turns out it was the will of D. Something about the D. It's hard to guess what Vegapunk could have possibly been saying. Mo. So And we also have some, we're not showing any names, but we see some more of the giant pirates, the ancient giant pirates. And we get to see the Marines in action, the stronger Marines that have shown up, Bluegrass and Dahl. I wonder, was Dahl trained by Garp? I don't think that was the case, but her offensive power is very similar. Rock and Roll Blaster, it looks kind of like an Honesty Impact or a Galaxy Impact. Not on the same scale as the Honesty or Galaxy Impact, but it's the same process basically. Coating the fist in armament hockey and launching a really strong punch. Or, now that I'm looking, is this several? Oh yes, it's several successive punches. Okay. So it's not quite a Galaxy Impact, it's more rapid fire. Okay. Now it kind of makes sense. That would take down a giant. It's rapid fire. So the giant didn't just get punched in the face, he got punched multiple times across his body. So the Gorosei all stopped their pursuit of the Straw Hats at different areas, and they all turned their focus on the Iron Giant, which attacked Marijwa 200 years ago, and they attacked it. That's enough. Vegapunk. So they knocked the Iron Giant down. On its back, it's hard to tell. I don't think it's been damaged at all. Venus tried to attack the Thousand Sunny, and Zoro blocked it. We got confirmation of his Black Blade and Conqueror's Haki, even though it's really safe to say, even though there's been only seen demonstration from a few of the elders, all of them have Conqueror's Haki easily. And I think it's safe to say all of them have armament, and even though there's the whole question of Topman and why Luffy was hurt when he attacked Topman, but it's safe to say they all have armament and observation haki. But they turned on the giant. Why? Was it just anger because that they recognized that's the Iron Giant that attacked Marijwa? Or is it fear that they're afraid that something the giant can do, what the giant is on its way to do, and that took priority over stopping the Straw Hats from escaping? And we have the secret of the will of D. Vegapunk was about to drop that bit of lore through the broadcast, and the broadcast was cut off. This opens up a question regarding Vegapunk and the satellites. Now we're at a point where it kind of seems more likely that Vegapunk is going to die. Because if he dies, the message dies with him, and the mystery of the D clan remains at this point in the story. If he survives, then there's a point once the Straw Hats get safely away to Elbaf, they can ask Vegapunk what he was talking about to finish what he was going to say. So it depends on if we're going to finish that Mo mystery now, or if we're saving that for further on down the road. And as for the satellites, brings into question, how much do they know? Do they know everything that Vegapunk knew, what he said about the world? None of them seemed surprised by the announcement, so if that's the case, then that means the satellite should also know about what Vegapunk was going to say about the D clan. And the Straw Hats could ask the satellites, even if Vegapunk dies. So that leans more towards that Vegapunk could maybe be alive. Since if he dies and the satellites all know, then it doesn't matter that he died in terms of keeping the mystery about the D clan secret at this point in the story. So, very interesting. York is probably going to go down as one of the more hated characters in the One Piece fandom merely for the fact that she interrupted a revelation of one of the largest mysteries in the entire series. And now we have this Mo thing. So we have the mystery of D and something about Mo that relates to the D. One of you is Mo. Among you there is. One last message I wish to impart. This is for those of you who are scattered all across the world. Those of you who carry the letter D in your name. Among you there is Mo. Thank goodness we're not going into a break, even though we're not going to get the end of that revelation. But it is interesting to note that upon the learning of this, at least the pirates on Hachinosu are thinking about how they could possibly get 200 meters down to the ocean floor and steal all the treasure that is buried down there. I'm wondering if that's going to lead to any sort of activity from pirates trying to figure out how to get to the ocean floor to search for treasure. And it looks like the Straw Hats are finally gathered up. But there are two separate groups. We've got Luffy and Sanji and Frankie. Luffy, Sanji, Frankie are one group, and then all the rest of the Straw Hats are with. All the rest of the Straw Hats are on the Sunny. They're ready to launch. They'll launch as soon as Zoro and Jinbei, or they'll launch. Then Zoro and Jinbei will jump on the ship to escape from Ethan. So that will be one ship off the island. The Giants are having a little bit of resistance from the Marines, so they'll have to fight off these Marine Vice Admirals and Commanders. So fighting off the Vice Admirals will be not too much of a challenge, but it will provide a little bit of a challenge. But the question is, what will the rest of the elders do? If the Iron Giant is not deactivated, then the elders might keep their focus on it and worry about destroying it completely or deactivating it, which will keep 4 of the 5 out of the way, and Ethan, the Straw Hats can escape Ethan, the Sunny, on a Sunny with the Cola Burst. I think Ethan is far enough away that it will at least take him a little bit of time to join up with the Marines attacking Luffy and Sanji and Frankie with the Giants. So I'm thinking next chapter we might have them finally get off the island. The broadcast is over. Everyone is, well, we do have a little bit of space here. Let's see. Yeah, they were close. Yeah, not too far away. So Luffy, Dory, and Brogy are going to get to the ship. And from there, the giant pirates can sail away. So now I think it is safe to say 1 or 2 chapters and we'll probably be off of Egghead and ending the arc at this rate. Yeah, it should be easy enough to repel these Vice Admirals. Especially once Luffy, Dory, and Brogy get up there. But it is interesting that the elders turn all of their focus onto the Iron Giants. At least 4 of the 5. So the Iron Giant did serve as a bit of a distraction to turn the elders off of attacking the Straw Hats, giving them an opening, an opportunity to get off the island. It's not going to carry them off the island. So there is a possibility that we'll get a little bit of information on the Iron Giant. Now that that is the focus of the elders, we might get some information on the Iron Giant. Over the next chapter or 2. maybe more, as the Straw Hats are getting off the island. And it's interesting to see that there are reactions here from the D clan and people connected to it. Blackbeard's curiosity has been piqued, which is something interesting. It makes me curious. I feel like Blackbeard probably has been searching out that mystery for himself. So he would take a strong interest in that information. Dragon. Has Dragon been searching out the secret of the D clan? I feel like Dragon hasn't been focused on that. I feel like Dragon's focus has been on overthrowing the world government, so he doesn't really care about the D clan. So I feel like he wouldn't be interested in that mystery. Ace, on the other hand, I feel like he would be interested in it because of his brothers, Luffy and Ace. I don't know if he's been studying it, but he's definitely interested. Kobe is also interested because of Garp and Luffy. Of course, Beppo is interested because of his captain. Then we have Vivi. Morgan's, of course, is interested because it's one of the biggest mysteries in the world, and he would love to be the person to break that news to the world. It would be quite massive news, the biggest news of his life if he were to find out the meaning of the D clan and report that to the world. Vivi, and did Vivi know? Vivi didn't hear her father's last words. Wapol did. Wapol should know that the Nefertari clan are the Nefertari family are of the D clan. Did he tell that to Vivi though? Has he told that to her? Not sure. Ooh, that's a big chapter. So I think that's going to be it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next chapter. Until then, stay cool.